I'm here. My microphone was muted, so I was just kind of sitting here doing a few things before before we get started. Yeah, I have a couple of teeth that I need to get pulled myself. Was that a while ago, Miss Tydra, that you had that done? That wasn't anything recent, huh? I also want to let y'all know that things are going to be looking a little different on my channel for a while. Um, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Yeah, so I'm going to play my latest podcast episode for y'all to listen to. Um I don't know why YouTube, like I'll post something, it'll be public, it'll be available for a little while, and then at some point it makes it private. So then it pulls it down so people can't see it anymore. I didn't realize that had happened until I just went and checked a few minutes ago. I don't know. I'm and I don't want to take anything out on y'all. I don't want to lay my frustrations at y'all feet, but it is just I am ready to walk away from everything. To be real with y'all, I'm ready to just completely walk away from it all and just go and have a regular life and stop even trying to bother with any of this because I feel like I am wasting my time, my effort, and my energy. It is just it's frustrating. It truly is. So things are gonna look different on the channel for a while. So, this will be my last live for a while. This will be So y'all probably are only going to be seeing podcasts posting, and that's really only gonna, because I only have, what I did, 8, 9, 10. I only have a couple of more. I think I have 3 more episodes to do. Yeah, I have 3 more episodes of the podcast to do. Um, but after that, I don't know what things are going to look like, because as a creative person, we put a lot of effort and energy and time and our heart and our soul into the things that we create. And it takes a lot of time from everything else. And in order to be dedicated to the craft, you have to truly be dedicated to the craft. So I take my hats off to anyone who continues in their creative endeavors, who continues to push forward, who continues to put it out there. But I sincerely do not think that this is for me anymore. It is not working for me. I am aggravated. I am frustrated. And quite frankly, I am tired of struggling in my craft. There is no way, that I should still be at this point after all these years. There's no way. So I have a lot to rethink if I'm going to continue, or if I am going to just leave things as is and completely walk away. And I don't expect everybody to understand that. I don't expect people to get the point of what I'm saying. But again, as a creative person, I am not sure if I can continue to do this. I am truly ready to just be a zombie and fade away into the crowd like everybody else. And living in this city makes it even harder, because they really push to elevate people who are mediocre, because they have connections, because they know certain people, because they came up in certain circles, that kind of stuff. So it is frustrating, especially being in New Orleans. My best friend is an incredibly talented artist. She does not get the recognition that she deserves. She does not get the opportunities that she deserves, because all of the opportunities are taken by people who are already well known, or because they have connections to people. And that's not okay, because you're not giving other people a chance who deserve it. And I just feel like we live in a world where real beauty and real art is not appreciated. People like mediocre shit. People like low vibrational shit. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all who consistently come back to watch my videos, to join me on live, to spend time with me, to support me. I genuinely appreciate y'all, because y'all get it. Y'all understand, y'all connect with it. But overall, the amount of time, effort, and energy that goes into this, baby, I feel like I need to be doing something else, because this ain't it. This ain't it. And maybe I need to get off of social media altogether and go back to the way I used to do things and connect with people one-on-one. Because trying to figure out an algorithm, trying to figure out what to post, how to post, what time to post, hashtag, trying to figure all this shit out and not get pushed for people to see it is frustrating. And we do this because we love it. But we also want people to see it. We want people to enjoy it. We want people to connect with it. Excuse me, but to have to be in this position constantly, I'm aggravated. I'm fucking pissed off. I truly am fucking pissed to the highest of pistivity. And that's not a joke. That's not a joke. So I don't know. And I've been at this for a long time. A long time. Longer than a few of you have even been alive. A long time. I'm sorry, Miss Taja, but we might have to take it back to the old school. Hey, Catholic Biker Queen, I haven't seen you here in a while. It's good to see you, my baby. So I don't know. It's taking a lot of time out of my life, a lot of energy. And I seriously have to ask myself, am I supposed to be doing something else? That I've been putting my attention into the wrong thing. I seriously have to ask myself that. That is a conversation that I will be having with myself. Maybe I have been on the wrong path all this time and I need to be focused on something else. Oh, I'm so sorry. My condolences. My condolences. I'm so sorry. I'm going to keep you in my prayers, baby. So, um, things have shifted, y'all. Things have shifted. So, I truly want to connect with people. I truly want to be with people who are going to connect with my work. You are wonderful too, Biker Queen, and I'm sending you lots of love and prayers. I truly am. I'm sorry. Loss is hard. You know, grief, swimming through grief is like having to swim through molasses. And of course, you got to keep your eyes closed. So you can't see where you're going. You can't see what you're bumping into. So, yeah, I'm truly sorry. I truly am. So yeah, y'all, I have to just have that conversation with myself and really figure out if I love you too, baby. Thank you so much. I just really need to ask myself if this is what I'm supposed to be doing or if I need to head in another direction. Maybe I'm supposed to be, I don't know, um, doing community work or I don't know, something else. But I might really I might really have to retire from storytelling and writing. So yeah, maybe I need to maybe it's time for me to do something else. Put everything I had into my private client that I took care of for 7 years. Now that he's gone, my heart ain't in it anymore. So I've got to find something. Yeah, Miss Tadra, and it's okay. Life shifts, we shift, things shift, tides change, you know. Um, life, life. And as much as I love to write, as much as I love to create, I just can't see where it is going to be a feasible thing for me. And because I no longer exist in this matrix, because I no longer exist and wanting to hustle and fight and be seen and in certain spaces and places and have to press palms and smile in people's faces no longer there. Things have shifted even more for me because I feel like the world should want to see and appreciate beautiful things. I feel like the world should want to know and connect with people's hearts and souls when they create something, whether it is a tumbler, whether it is a t-shirt, whether it is a book, whether it is a painting, whether it is a piece of music, whatever it may be. People put their love into it, and people should be able to connect with it. And there should not be an algorithm that dictates that. There should not be anything that dictates that. It should be completely organic. But the world is so distracted by nonsense. And it makes me wonder, how the fuck are some of these people making it? Because they shit is low vibrational, is not even good. Like, it's how? But that's just what it is. And if I have to get back on the road in my car and carry books in my trunk and talk to people at the gas station, go to out the way bookstores, go to different events, then that's what I will do. And I will completely remove myself from social media. Because the purpose of this is for us to, again, have connection. And I'm just not feeling that. I want ease in my life. I don't want to have to fight. I don't want to have to plan. I don't want to have to schedule all of this shit just to be seen. My work is good. My work is great. I create stories that nobody else is creating. And this is off the top of my head. So I'm not the only one that does that. There are many people out here who could sit down, like my best friend, she could sit down with a blank canvas and her pencil and just off the top of her head, she's sketching something and she's created something. Same thing with people who do music. There are people out here who are talented for real. They are not manufactured. They are not built from some system. They happen naturally, organically. This is their talent. This is what they have to share with the world. And to have to know that wonderful, beautiful people like this and their creations have to fight for a space to be seen is terrible. Especially in my fucking city. And don't get me wrong, New Orleans is a beautiful place in a lot of aspects, and people appreciate it. But let me tell y'all something. If you are a local artist here and you don't have the right connections, you will not get anywhere. You are going to have to leave here, go elsewhere, which is why I say when it's time for me to leave this place, I'm leaving. You have to leave from here, go elsewhere to be appreciated. And then all of a sudden you come home, everybody won't be on your dick. I don't know if it's like that in other places, but I know it's like that here. Like they will have opportunities. Perfect example, Zulu. A couple years ago, it was a big old hullabaloo about the woman who did their posters. First of all, it was the worst fucking Zulu poster I've ever seen in all my days. Betsy Falls, whatever the fuck her name is. And I'm being real. I'm being honest. It's some of the worst Zulu posters I've ever seen. People are asking, when did you even put the word out that y'all were looking for somebody to do this poster? When did y'all even advertise that y'all were looking for submissions to decide? Hey, Gigi. I'm going to read your messages, Lyra and Miss Tydra. I'm just venting right now. But we all asking, we like, damn, and I'm in the comments, I'm like, I could name 5 artists right now off the top of my head that is in my vicinity that I'm connected to that could have very well put their name in the hat to be chosen to do this poster. And this is the shit that y'all pick. But it's all about who you know and who you're connected to. Same thing with a lot of the artist grants that come through the city. For when do y'all advertise this stuff for people in the community to come out and show their work and say, hey, this is my idea for this? If anybody who hears this, watches this from New Orleans, you know what I'm talking about. It is frustrating. I want to get back to doing my stage plays, but I have decided that if I do my stage play again, I will not have an audience. I will not be selling tickets. I'm going to have my ad. I'm going to have it performed however I have it performed, and it's going straight on to streaming services. It's going straight to streaming. Straight online. That's the only way people are going to be able to see it. Because why would I continue to put forth effort to try to attract people, to try and convince people to come and see my stuff? I have to start making it easier for myself. If I'm going to do this, I have to start making it easier for myself. And I hate having to try to keep up with all of this bullshit. It's frustrating. Me and Ira were just talking about all these different artists, these female artists that get online, they half naked with their ass hanging out painting. Why do you have to do that? Why do you have to do that? And then as Black artists, as Black creators, people get mad with you when you go to the white community with your shit. But truth be told, those are the ones that are supporting us. And no offense to my Caucasian followers, but some of you white folks love to support struggling Black artists for whatever reason. I will not speculate, and I'm not judging, but I'm just saying that is how disproportionate it is, especially in New Orleans. I don't know how it is everywhere else, but when Ira did her Where My Girls Art event featuring Black female artists, Caucasians were the ones who showed up in droves to support. Yes, Miss Tydra, sell to a different demographic, baby. Your price is your price. Find the people who are going to pay for your work. I don't know what the issue is. I don't know what the problem is, but it should not be this difficult. And the crazy part is people want you to have a struggle behind your story. They want to hear your pain and your suffering. They want to hear your struggle in order to connect with you, in order to be like, oh my God, this work comes from pain. It comes from struggle. It comes from this. It comes from that. Why, especially as Black women, do we have to have that kind of story attached to our work in order for people to support it, in order for people to be interested? Why does our Black pain have to be on display in order for it to be seen or appreciated? That's not okay. Black art, Black creativity also comes from places of joy and happiness. It does not always come from the darkness of struggle and trauma. And that is another thing that is frustrating. And I'm to a point, I'm going to be 50 years old this year. I'm to a point in my life where I am speaking what's on my heart, what's on my soul, what's on my mind. Because I need answers. If I'm going to continue to be a part of this fucking world, I need answers. I need to know what's up. I need to know what I'm facing. I need to know what I'm coming up against. I need to know who's who. That's exactly what I said, because my family knows my talent but won't spend their money. And that's crazy. But we'll go support a stranger who is not even half the talent that you are. It's all right, Lyra. I just think people are trying to figure things out. I think people are trying to, I don't know, get things in order. Trying to, I don't know, maybe like everybody else, trying to find a place. And, people want to blame, point the finger for this and point the finger for that. But they don't want to change. They don't want to change the system. They don't want to change the thought patterns. They don't want to change any of it. And again, I am sincerely frustrated. I'm tired of fucking tap dancing. I'm tired of fucking tap dancing for society, for the world. I'm tired of having to look a certain way. I'm tired of having to be a certain way, say things a certain way, be politically correct, be this, be that. Man, fuck all that shit. I'm tired of that. I want to be me. I want to be me in the best way possible. We should all be who we are, exactly who we are. And we should not have to worry or concern ourselves with how it's going to be received. And I'm mad at myself because for so long I have allowed myself to be limited. The other day I watched a post. It was different older ladies, and they were all dressed in these very vibrant, stylish clothes, not going anywhere in particular. But they were dressed up. They were themselves. They were comfortable. It was just to take a walk through the park. That's the level I'm trying to be at in life. And I just think all of this, like social media, all of this stuff, it is disconnecting us from it's disconnecting us from where we're supposed to be. And maybe that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe I'm supposed to be getting back to really connecting with people one on one and looking them in their face and telling them, hey, I wrote this book. I wrote this story. And I think you would really enjoy it. In fact, I know you would enjoy it. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to put my sign on my car again that says buy my books and just have people talking to me at random red lights or at the gas station and saying, hey, you write books? What kind of books you write? I'm interested. Maybe that's the kind of stuff I need to get back to, those one-on-one connections with people. Maybe that's what you need to do, Tadra. Find spaces to go into to where you are connecting with people one-on-one and they're feeling your good energy that you put into your work. Maybe that's the key. Maybe we need to get from behind these screens. Thank you, Lyra. Maybe we need to get from behind these screens. I don't know. I apologize, y'all. I know this is not my usual energy. I know this is not my usual content. I know this is not where we usually at with things, but it's just today was a day that I have had it. Because, like I said, I have been at this for a very long time and I feel like I'm still struggling. I have been writing since the age of 11 and I feel like I am still struggling. And I will be 50 in July. And I feel like there's something very wrong with that. So maybe I have been doing the wrong thing all these years. Maybe my attention has been somewhere else. Maybe my attention does need to be on something else somewhere else. I don't know. Thank you, Kendra. I don't know. But it's not just, but I'm not just speaking for me. It's not just for me. It is for every talented, creative soul that I know. I'm frustrated for all of us. Yeah, Michelle, I'm going to I'm going to when I finally get the car, I'm going to get some signs, some signage for the vehicle. Yeah, don't pay attention to that, Lyra. It's people are looking for somebody to blame, but please do not take it personally. And just stand your ground and let them know. I understand you are frustrated. I understand you are angry about what happened, but I am not personally responsible because I did not even exist then. But in my life, I support everyone. I love everyone. So you can just make that clear. And whether they receive it or not, that's not your fucking problem. That's their problem. Not your fucking problem because you know who you are. But yeah, Michelle, I am going to put signage on my vehicle letting people know I'm Fat Girl Freestyle. I have this podcast. I have this YouTube channel. You welcome, baby. But I think I'm going to get away from social media all together. I think social media, while it connects us in some spaces, it also disconnects us. And I want to be connected to people. Like I could come here, I could talk to y'all. Y'all in the chat, I'm on a microphone. We're having conversation, we're engaging, we're connected with each other. I enjoy that. This is a safe space for people to come and share their experiences, their thoughts, their feelings. There is no judgment. I enjoy being here on YouTube. So I really think that I am just going to just get off of, I mean, I'll keep my Facebook because I stay connected to, friends and family, the family that I do like. I stay connected to them through Facebook. So I'm going to keep that. But I think I'm going to get rid of everything else. Because it's just, I don't connect with it. And I want to connect with people. I want to connect with people. That is important to me, connecting with people. And like I said, I don't want to have to fucking fight an algorithm. I don't want to have to do all of that. I don't. But I'm definitely going to get out into the world with my writing. Because ultimately, that is what I do. Ultimately, I loved writing before I even loved my children. I was a writer before I had kids. So, yeah. I have a lot to think about. But life is transition. Life is about finding your place and your space and where you best fit. And for those of us who are removing ourselves from the rat race, from the matrix, from the assembly line, I believe these are the types of realizations that we have. We realize that we don't fit in with the rest of this. And that's okay. And even for this channel, even for my YouTube channel, I always stop myself because I'm like, well, you have to keep in line with the content that you have been posting. Like you have to keep in line with, no, I don't want to. I want to come here and I want to post what I want. If I want to post a silly video of me and Tristan, I want to do that. If I want to post a video of me and Tristan doing a casual New Orleans food review, I want to do that. If I want to post myself in front of some candlelight telling a scary story, I want to do that. I only have YouTube and Instagram, and it was because of a what player that I follow and support. Oh, a saxophone player. He's just now taken off, and it's been since 2013. I think I'll be going to school eventually, not waste my energy. Definitely check it out. You can have a whole class of people tell. So that's the thing, Lyra. I don't want to I don't want to. That's why I don't have a subscription over here. Because what would I even have y'all pay for a subscription for? I want people to enjoy my videos. I want people to see my work. But I also want to be appreciate. I want people to see and appreciate and really know that this shit is good over here. You don't have to have Dry cornbread. We have honey butter, moist, delicious cornbread over here. I just don't want to have to tap dance and figure out the algorithm and hashtags and best time to post and all this other shit to do. I don't want to do all that. But I hope you do well on school. I really do. I hope you do well. Hey, my baby, Happy New Year. But I also, like, I keep posting about my audiobooks. I don't like feeling like I'm pushing something onto people. But this is my work. Like I said, I put my heart, soul, effort, time, energy into it. I'm supposed to be telling people about it. But I think I have become so conditioned because, you have people who have these courses. Oh, my ebook for this, my ebook for that. I'm going to teach you how to do this. At the end of the video, this, look in the caption, this. Everybody has an angle. And I don't want to look like one of those people. But those types of things affect people like me. It affects other creatives because people people automatically look, like we all scamming. We all trying to get over. They buy, these ebooks and, these different things, and people spend their hard-earned money, and it turns out it's AI created. Like the person didn't put any effort into it whatsoever. And I don't blame them. That shit is whack. AI is a fucking tool. You should not be using it to create absolutely everything for you and not use your brain. But this is how mediocre people end up in creative spaces. I'm not feeling well, so I'm not going to stay on. I got a notification. Oh, thank you, Lady Gemini. I'm so sorry you're sick. Please take it easy. Rest yourself. I appreciate you for stepping in, even though you're not feeling good. I appreciate it more than you know. Please rest. If you have some lemon, some honey, some ginger, and some whiskey, really any alcohol, but whiskey is preferable, make yourself a hot toddy, baby. Pop you a couple of Theraflus. Drink a couple of cups of that hot toddy, as hot as you can stand it, and let it sweat out. And I promise you, you'll feel better. So thank you for stopping by, my love. I really appreciate you. Please get some rest and please feel better. That is what people forget, Miss Kim. Yes, Biker Queen, people forget. People forget. People are like, "Ooh, AI, let me create something so I can get over on people." And that's what it's about. Getting over on people. Quickest way to make a buck. And it's affecting people who sincerely take their time to create things. Yes, go ahead, my baby. Go ahead. Boil the lemon, juice it a little bit first. Get the juice going, cut it up, put it in the water, boil it. Add the ginger to that too. Crush the ginger up a little bit so it could get the juices flowing, boil it. And then once it's finished boiling, take it off the heat and you can pour that into a cup, add the whiskey and the honey to taste. And like I said, take your cup of Theraflu or, whatever you take and to help you feel better. But drink 2 cups. 2 cups. And then go lay down and let it, because that's what you got to do. You got to sweat it out. You got to sweat it out. Your body has to push it out. That's old school. Baby, one time I had the flu so bad. Jeremy was a baby. Yes, 2 cups, baby. 2 cups. And please let us know how you are feeling. But please go rest yourself and tell whoever, however, you're on your own. I don't feel good. It's me time. I'm going to rest. Tend to yourself. And you go take care of yourself. The house will still need to be tidied up when you feel better. Things will still be there while you're not feeling good. It'll still be there when you feel better. So please don't worry about none of that and put your energy into yourself, into healing and feeling better. Because you probably need to be resting anyway. You probably need that recovery time. You probably need that reset. So go ahead on. I love you. Take care of yourself, my baby. Hey, Joanne. But everybody wants to make a quick buck. Everybody wants to benefit off of people, and that bothers me. Because you have people who really sit down, they take their time, they plan their stuff out. They are truly creating something from their heart and their soul. And it's truly about providing something for people to enjoy. And you have people who are scamming the system, scamming people out their hard earned money. And that's another thing that bothers me, because you have so many scammers getting over. By the time people get to genuine people, they are so leery, they don't want to support anything that you do. And I'm telling y'all, and I'm not being braggadocious, I'm not being full of myself or none of that. But baby, some of this shit just hits my mind. And I go with it. It hits my mind and I just go with it. And I don't care how crazy it sounds, but I go with it. My mind is limitless when it comes to creating. I don't go to a computer and Google an idea. I don't go to AI and Google an idea and look up I don't do none of that. Many of us out here are still coming up with original ideas. That's why the movie industry have to recycle so many films. That's why they have to do so many remakes, because people are trying to take shortcuts to creativity, and it's shit. People have AI writing movie scripts and books, and it's shit. Because AI is not going to give you the emotional connection that a real, genuine human creating this work is going to give you. And it's making it hard for everyone, because they feel like if some people are taking shortcuts, all people are taking shortcuts. And I don't take no shortcuts with my work. It's all from my heart, all from my soul, all from my twisted mind. I just want to be able to share it with people. I just want people to enjoy it. But it's frustrating. It truly is. Especially when you see people, again, being elevated who don't deserve it, who don't have half the talent that A lot of the people, and I know a lot of creative Black women. My best friend being one of them. Like I said, she creates beautiful artworks. Yeah, a lot of people just don't like anything they consider old, out of date, blah blah. I can't stand AI. Yeah, it's good in some aspects. Like I use it to create my flyers for my lives. I use it to create my book covers because it's all I got right now. I can't pay a graphic designer. I utilize Canva to format my stuff, to help me design my stuff. So I mean, but that's what it's supposed to be for, as a tool. It's not to be used to create full novels or full instruction booklets or journals, shit like that. I created this using AI in 5 minutes and I'm selling it for $99.99. What the fuck? And I'm going to show you how to do the same. Just buy my ebook. Buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. Buy this cream to help make you look 10 years younger. Buy this body shaper to help hold your flab in place. Make it 2 sizes smaller. Buy this wig to cover up your natural hair. Buy this makeup to make you less ugly. Buy this designer purse so you can actually fit in with society and be materialistic like everybody else. Everything is just designed these days to remove the humanity from everything. They want us to hate ourselves. They want us to not even be able to look at ourselves in the mirror without picking out 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 things that we don't like about ourselves. I'm not doing that. I'm fat. You're going to get this fat ass body, whether you like it or not. And if you don't like it, don't fuck with me then. I'm going to age. You look like you about to be 50. Good, I'm supposed to, because I'm about to be 50. All that gray hair. I'm supposed to go gray. And because of genetics, I should have been gray a long time ago. But it happened when it happened. And I'm going to let it happen how it's happening. Stop letting these people tell you your wrinkles are bad. Stop letting these people tell you that your gray hair needs to be colored. Stop letting these people tell you your ass is too flat. Your titties shouldn't be sagging. Men, stop letting these people tell you that your dad bod is not okay. I'm not saying people shouldn't be healthy, but health looks different for every physical body. Health does not equal a certain look. What'd you say, Kendra? And there you go, Kendra. The world is a place where we are supposed to stand out. We are supposed to have our own unique features, unique things to add to Life. You have women dying because they're getting plastic surgery. There's no amount of anything in this world that could get me to go under a knife, to cut my body up into pieces just so I could be more physically acceptable to society's gaze. Well, don't rinse your hair anymore, pretty natural. Be pretty and be natural, just like the Creator made you. Don't do it anymore. Like I said, be healthy. Whatever that means for you, be healthy. Whatever that looks like for you, be healthy. But by no means should you conform. By no means should you conform just to be pleasing to the gaze of society. And ladies, I'm telling you now, y'all doing all this shit, y'all wearing these body shapers, being uncomfortable, can't even go and sit down and have a good meal, could barely sit down comfortably at an event because you got your feet squeezed into these fucking shoes that somebody on TikTok convinced you to buy or Instagram convinced you to buy, and your feet is hurting, your back is hurting, your knees is buckling, you can't eat like you want to, so you're hungry, which makes you irritated, you got all this other stuff going on. Listen, women and men put themselves through the ringer. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. Boy, this live really went left because this is not even what I was supposed to be talking about. I didn't went all over. But anyway, we do all of these things. People do all of these things to look a certain way, to please people, to please their partners. And you still will get cheated on. He will still cheat on you with a bitch with a flat ass and saggy titties. Men, she will still cheat on you with a man with a receding hairline and a pot belly. It is not about the looks. And there you go, Miss Tydra. Suck out the 33rd chapter of my crack. I agree. So you have to ask yourself, what am I putting myself through all of this for? Why do I have a 27-step skincare routine? Who the hell has 27 skincare products? That is insane. Society is preying on our insecurities and they are robbing our pockets. I use soap, regular bar soap, whatever kind it is at the time. Sometimes body wash, depend on what I'm washing myself with at the time. For my face. Few times a week, I take a cotton pad and I wipe my face, my neck, my ears with green alcohol, and I follow it up with witch hazel. I do that a few days out the week. And I moisturize with coconut oil. That is my skincare routine. That's it. Now, should I be using an SPF moisturizer? I probably should, and I'm really considering. I think I will add that something with some sun protection, I think I will add that. But other than that, that's it. But we look to the internet. That's another thing that's frustrating about the internet. We look into the internet to these influencers. They selling you all of these products, showing you all these products. Half this shit they don't even really use. And their skincare routine is a bottle of soap. I mean, a bar of soap and a bottle of moisturizer. And that's it. But we allow these people because they look a certain way, because they are quote unquote aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I do my research, Kendra. But we allow these people to convince us because they look a certain way. We allow them to get into our minds and convince us that how we look or what we are doing is not good enough. And that is not okay because people are dying to fit a standard that is unrealistic. I have been seeing Kelly Osbourne a lot lately, and I am so saddened by how both her and her mother are looking. And listen, I understand grief takes a physical toll on you because God knows losing my father, I let myself go. Still working my way through it. So I understand grief does strange things to you. But her and her mother truly do not look themselves anymore. And it's sad. Oh, yeah, Kendra. 20 to 25. You got little kids, 10, 11, 12 years old, going into Sephora to buy skincare. And I just want to take my open palm and line their mamas up in a row and just take my hand and walk and just smack all them holes across their face. Because why the fuck would you allow your 10, 11, 12-year-old daughter to have a skincare routine? Why? She don't need that. Probably haven't even started her period yet. Probably has not even had a stitch of acne yet. But see what I'm saying? We are being brainwashed. We are being brainwashed. And I had to remove myself from that. That's why I stopped watching. Like, I used to be a big reality show fan back in the days. I used to love to watch Love and Hip Hop, Married to Medicine. Like, I was really addicted to these reality shows. Then I realized the ideas that it was planting in my mind. Like, I started looking at myself and thinking, oh, well, this could be better. Well, if you had a bigger ass, you would look better. Well, if your titties was perky, you look better. And if this, and I really listened to myself one day and I said, baby, what is going on? And I stopped cold turkey watching that shit. I stopped because the visuals that it gives you, it plants it in your subconscious mind. You're not even realizing you taking this shit on. You're absorbing this nonsense. It's crazy. Right, Kendra? So I'm here to tell you, if whether you listening to this right now or whether you listen to it later on, you are beautiful. You are beautiful right now in this very moment. As you are beautiful. You are a uniquely beautiful being. Your features, your hair, your body shape, everything. You are God's work of art. I hate to see these mothers who give birth and then they're mad with themselves because their stomach isn't flat after a week. And then 3 weeks after they had a baby, they back to working out with their waist trainer talking about, ooh, the snapback is real. Ma'am, you just pushed a whole human out of your uterus, out of your vagina. The last fucking thing you need to be worried about is a flat stomach. But that is what society has turned us into. And it's unfortunate because you are not even enjoying the amazing thing that your body has done. You're not even taking the time to be grateful for what your body has done. What you say, Miss Sash? Yes, poisonous cosmetics on their face, exactly. And it's stunting their growth. It's changing their development pattern. It's doing all kinds of weird shit. We wondering why these children be out their mind, but it's the stuff they putting on their skin. It's the stuff they watching. It's the things that they're eating. Y'all taking y'all 11-year-olds to Starbucks every fucking month. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Give that kid some chocolate milk. But people are projecting their own insecurities as far as the skincare routines and the body types and all. They are projecting these things onto their children. Hey, Legba, how are you, my baby? I'm glad you made it. They are projecting all of these things onto their children. And then the parents are trying so hard to keep up with trends and all this other stuff. Like the people who are fighting for dear life to get these cups from Starbucks. And these corporations are getting richer. And you can't even get health care. You can't even get health care. But you are in the Starbucks line every morning. Because, oh, Starbucks is trending. I have to get my Starbies. Social media is fucking twisting us up. Twisting us up. Hold on, that's Jeremy. I'm back, y'all. Jeremy called to tell me his brother has two cats. Actually, several of his brothers, he said, has cats. Jeremy has a cat. And I always told him, hold on, y'all. Oh, there we go. What she say? Oh, she want me to call. All right. Um, they all have cat personalities, actually. Yes, aesthetic is what I keep being told, and why people didn't like my videos is so dumb. Fuck them people, Lyra. I've watched rock mineral sellers who also dig their own products having shows to sell specimens, and viewers complain about dirty fingernails. Listen, y'all, I think it's safe to say that the state of the world, we are basically going to be split into two or three categories. Yes, Legba. Yes. Me, I celebrate my new year is my birthday. That's my new year for me. My birthday. I tell people happy new year because that's what's, common practice. I don't, you know, get into any deep explanations about anything. But my new year for me truly starts on my birthday because I feel like that's a restart for me. But that's just me, you know. But I feel like it's going to come to a point where we are going to be shuffled into maybe two or three groups. There are going to be those who live their life by social media standards and nothing else. What they see on social media, what they hear on social media, they take it as law. Then there are going to be those who are, their life is going to be guided by the thoughts, feelings, and opinions of others. Those people who never come out of their corner because their parents or their family members or whatever, like they're forever held in place because of what other people think. And then you are going to have those who are more spiritually connected and awakened, who don't give a fuck about none of that shit. And we gonna do what we want, how we want to do it, because we are no longer in the matrix. And that is how I truly feel is going to come down at the end of the day. But if you are finding yourself being manipulated by social media, I need you to do an audit of yourself after you have spent a day or a couple of hours even scrolling on social media. I need you to audit yourself. What are your thoughts and your feelings? Do you find yourself, oh, I found this on TikTok shop. Oh, on the TikTok shop. Oh, this TikTok recipe. Oh, this on Instagram. This on Instagram. This on this. This on this. It might seem like something simple, but it's big because that's how it starts. That's how the manipulation and the implantation of ideas and feelings begins, with something simple and seemingly harmless. And I'm going to tell y'all this: the biggest commodity in the world is people, the control of people. These billionaires don't want more money. They don't want more money. They have enough money to last for 50 generations if they use it right. And once you get to a certain level with money, there's no material possession in this world that you want, but people controlling people. That's how they get off. That's where they derive their pleasure. Controlling people, manipulating people, getting people to maneuver how you want them to. That is their game. It's not about wanting to get richer. People got that idea twisted. It's not about wanting more money. They want to control you because they know whoever controls the people, that is where the true power is. If I can make millions of people move in my direction, bitch, you can't tell me nothing. I don't care if I do drive a $5.5 million Rolls Royce exclusive, only 5 made in the world. That ain't shit. I just got 14 million people to do my bidding. Top that. That's what it's about. And once we embrace that more, then our eyes will open. But people worship wealth, even to their own detriment. People worship wealth. Even if they have never touched it a day in their life, even if there's no possibility of them ever having it, they worship wealth because that is what we have been conditioned over all this time to believe in as our God. It happened with Black folks. Make them believe that what you have is better than anything that they can ever achieve. Make them feel like this is something exclusive. And he will empty out his pockets for you. And it has been successful in the Black community because you have people renting apartments and driving Mercedes Benzes. They would rather drive a Mercedes Benz than own a piece of land and rent an apartment. It's backwards. And please, I don't want anybody to take this as judgment because I'm not passing judgment on anyone. I am simply calling to the carpet the things that we need to be aware of. We need to recognize the patterns. How you live your life is how you live your life, and that's all well and good. But it is the truth. Yes, ma'am. And I don't know. I don't know. I want people to be more aware. I want people to be more connected. I want people to realize that the only way we are going to survive any of this evil is to be connected to one another, is to have a heart and care and concern and humanity towards one another. When all of these things happen in the world and Red Cross is fundraising, it's the community that's giving their money to help people. It's not the billionaires, it's not the corporations. They don't give a fraction of what the larger community gives. spending thousands on name brand that lose value as soon as you leave the store. Absolutely. And then they got the nerve to tell you you can't buy the knockoffs on the street. People telling you it's not real. It's the same material because it's made in the same factories. Did we not learn that a couple years ago, last year before, something like that? Did we not learn that all this stuff comes from the same factories, the same materials, the same people making them? It's just being sold at different places. That's why the price point is so different. Now, will I spend a good coin on a Brandon Blackwood bag when I can afford it? I absolutely will. But Brandon Blackwood ain't selling a bag for $5,000 that's actually worth 15. We see these labels, we see these names, we see these things. And then the nerve of people to want to shame each other. Girl, you can't even afford a Stanley Cup. You can't afford Gucci. You can't afford this. You can't afford that. Baby, I own a piece of land. And if all you have is material possessions, you ain't got nothing. If that's all you have is that Gucci, Louis, Birkin, whatever, you have nothing. It's worthless. You have all this stuff filling up your closet. Your closet is stuffed to the brim with all of this designer material, and your soul is worthless. Make that make sense for me. The Creator is trying to open our eyes and show us. Your Bernie Mac voice. The Creator is trying to show us, and that's whatever creator you believe in, whatever name you give the Creator is trying to show us the truth every single day. And that takes me back to my latest podcast episode, Meet the Devil. The devil is not some entity living beneath the earth in the fire pits. The devil is the people you watch on social media every day. The devil is your neighbor. The devil is your pastor, but people are not ready to have that conversation. Hallelujah. The devil stands at the pulpit every Sunday and condemns you for the way you live your life, and then will turn around that very evening and go diddle a little boy or go have an affair with one of the congregation members in the church. That is the real devil. The devils are the politicians that shake your hand and lie to your face and tell you that they're going to make a difference in the community. And then when they're elected, they forget everything that they told you and they start lying in their pockets with all kind of deals and selling off pieces of the community to the highest bidder. That's the devil. And I need y'all to stop believing again that he is some entity that lives beneath the earth in fiery pits, because you encounter the devil every day. Every single day. The devil is the person that you're laying in the bed with every night that's plotting on you. And you see the signs. Your intuition is telling you you got to go. Something ain't right, but you staying. Because what is it going to look like if I leave my husband? What is it going to look like if I leave my wife? Alive. You going to be alive. That's what it's going to look like. Alive, still living, still walking the earth. People by nature are evil. And I will continue to say that. You have to want to be a good person. You have to make effort to be a good person until it starts to come naturally to you. But the nature of human beings at our very core is evil. People say, oh my God, I can't believe so and so did that. I can. You ever got so mad in such a fit of rage and your mind automatically went to, I need to unalive this motherfucker? That's because that's what your nature is. That's that primal nature. It's okay. Just don't give into it. But you have to work to be a good person. You have to want that. You have to desire that. You can't give in to that evil nature that mankind has. Too many people give into that, and that's why we have what we have today. The evil nature of man is the reason why so many of them believe that they can outrun time, that they can live forever, that they have so much money that they can buy a heart or lungs to stay alive. They could cryogenically freeze themselves and be reanimated at a later time. Nobody outruns time. No matter how much money you have. You can't outrun the devil either, because eventually he catches up to you too. So every single thing these politicians are doing to mess the world up, they are going to answer for it in the spiritual realm. Anything you do in this life, you do not escape it. You might escape it in this realm, but you will not escape it in the spiritual one, guaranteed. You will answer for every single thing. But see, I'm going to tell y'all another harsh truth. You could receive it or not. But these people in the White House stand in your face and want to tell you about faith and God, but they don't believe in none of that. How do I know they don't believe in none of that? And they're only using it to manipulate you because of the evil things they do on this earth. See, they believe that they're just going to die and cease to exist. They don't believe in souls. They don't believe in heaven. They don't believe in the other side. They believe that this is one and done. Once I'm dead, I'm dust. And that's it. But that's not true, partner. What you escape from in this life, you will answer for in the spiritual. But that's how I know they don't truly believe in anything. They only use it as another manipulation tactic because they don't believe that they have to answer for anything. They don't believe that there is something beyond this. They don't believe in any of that. And that's why they run rampant across the earth doing whatever they want to do. Oh, but to be on the other side, or to have the spiritual eyes to see when their time comes and they have to answer for everything. Yes, Legba. A lot of people are talking about the shape shifting. So stop being misled by these folks, y'all. So true. I used to work at an unsaid company and we had to sign a contract to not speak on the work we do at this facility working with belts. It is one big show. But you have to be willing to see beyond the beyond the beyond. You have to be willing to see beyond all of that. The beyond and what's beyond the beyond and what's beyond that. Their hologram system is no longer working. That's why. And I know some of you who are going to hear this are going to say, oh my God, that sounds so crazy. Oh my God, that's so insane. Oh my God, that is this, that is that, that is this. But you believe a man died on a cross and rose 3 days later. You believe Jesus walked on water. You believe Moses built an ark. You know how big that ark would have to be for one person to build? How much time that would take, material? We believe all of these things, yet it sounds crazy when people say they're manipulating time, they're manipulating the weather, they're shape shifting, they're doing this, they're doing that. You want to say all of that is crazy, but you believe everything else. Yes, like but dreams. I don't want to say too much, but at the same time, I feel like I'm not saying enough. I feel like there's more I need to see. I don't fear anybody or anything in this world or the next one. I don't like the term God fearing. I don't like that term because God is not to be feared. Or they've been using their holograms for so long they're wearing out. Then there's the true to life latex mask and pics of those on TV as well as eye shifts. Yes, Kendra. Kim, not all of us that walk this earth have souls, and those that do what they do know they will no longer exist, that there's no spirit world for them to go to because they don't have a soul. Yes, Miss Tadra, I agree. And that's probably what it is. They have probably sold their soul for the power and money that they have. They probably traded their soul for that and feel like I'm good. Once I cease to exist, that's it. I just don't exist. But that's not true because there's still the spiritual realm. There's still there is more unknown in this world than there is known. And I have been saying that a lot lately. There is more unknown in this world than there is known. Yes, they're trying to take other people with them. But I also don't want y'all to get caught up in feeling like, oh, it's so much evil, it's so much evil, it's so much evil. There is going to be a balance once again because you can't have too much of one. Now, the scales may come uneven at times, but eventually they will balance out. But you can't have too much of good at once. You can't have too much of bad at once either. But please don't get caught up in, just don't get caught up in all of it. Don't get caught up in all the craziness. Maintain your sanity. maintain your path. But be aware. Be aware that the devils and the demons walk amongst us every single day. People get too comfortable with the thought again that, the devil is some otherworldly entity. Yes, light comes out of the darkness. Absolutely. So just be aware. Don't just see with your regular human eyes, see with your spiritual eyes as well. They should be aware of the end of life stuff, because I think some of them have touted reincarnation and only continue to drain us. That's the thing. I don't think the only God they believe in is money. Money and power and control over people. And there is so much more to it than just that. Like those things is it's not even that doesn't even matter. But I want y'all to know all will be well. All will be well. And the monks that are walking for peace, that is bigger than I think people realize. Like people think, oh, it's such a beautiful act, it's such a beautiful thing, it's such a beautiful. That is the manifestation of the balancing of the scales once again. That is the manifestation of raising the good energy, raising the good vibrations. All of that feel good energy that people have, all that positive emotion, that is elevating. That is elevating the energy of the world. And that's what I want y'all to do every single day. Elevate your energy and elevate the energy of others when possible, because that is what matters. That's what's important. Don't get caught up in that darkness. What you never understood, Miss Tadra? I'm sorry. Oh, thank you, Lyra. Yes, there's a spiritual realm, but there's a breed of people on this earth that are not humans. They're just vessels, and they're empty vessels. There are no souls that can incarnate into them. Oh, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But I do believe that a lot of the people that we are dealing with are actual humans who have sacrificed their soul. Some of them are occupied by some type of entity, but it's not human anymore. But what you are talking about, Miss Tadra, is something that is very ancient. You're talking about ancient energies. So I know what you're talking about. But I think a lot of the people, like I said, that we encounter, a lot of the people that we are dealing with are, they've sacrificed their soul and they have been occupied by something else. But a lot of them are, you know, these strange entities. But that's why you have to have your spiritual eyes to see the beyond and what's beyond the beyond. Because it's so many levels to it. And the things, and notice I'm not saying people, but the things that are way, 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 way up and in charge, I don't think they ever had a human body at all. That's just me. Like Miss Tadra said. I don't think they ever had a human body at all. I think they are just entities. Some people refer to them as aliens, which is fine. I don't, again, I don't debate people in that, because you believe what you believe, whatever they are, but they are very, mm, I don't know how you would refer to them. And I don't want to say spiritual beings, because I don't want people to think, spiritual would equate with being good, but they are very old entities that have existed and who have learned how to manipulate humans. Whether you call them aliens, entities, whatever you want to refer to them as. And I do believe, the lizard people are connected to them as well. So it's all of that is intertwined. In my opinion, I'm not speaking for nobody else. This is in my opinion. That's me. I believe that's what a lot of the people in Hollywood are. They're just these entities that have taken on human form. Because these people do some strange shit. And you have all these unsuspecting humans just going around like do 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 do, like it's not aware at all. Of being fearful of God. I mean, listen, I feel like there's always there's always something, always something bigger, always something more powerful, always something better, always something. Like it never ends where we think it ends. There's always something beyond that, something after that. Like again and again, this is just my belief, but it goes very, very deep. It goes very, very, very deep. And it's more than what our human eyes could ever see or even fathom if you are not willing to be open, if you're not willing to be aware, if you're not willing, you can't just close yourself off and say this is the end all be all, because no. Earth is an extremely low vibrational and dense place. Some people come to elevate others, some people come to keep others here. Yes, Legba, I totally agree. And that's why I say it's going to come down to different groups of people. But just be mindful that when you elevate, you become a beacon. I say, loved one, I receive that and I appreciate that. Thank you. I say, oh. But you become a beacon, and I need y'all to know that too. When you elevate, you become a beacon, not just for the good, not just to guide others, not just a beacon for people on their dark journey to see you in the distance and say, I see light, let me go that way. And you give them their guidance and you send them on to the next beacon. Not just that, but you become a beacon for the darkness, for these entities as well. I don't think the world is going to crash in a sense that people think it is. I don't think it's going to be a physical crashing at all. I don't think it's going to come down to something so drastic. Now, will things be happening? Absolutely. Because you're going to have chaos and destruction in order to return the balance, because things have to be broken down, things have to be swept away. But it is not going to be so intense to where the earth is going to be completely destroyed and the only way to survive is to go live on a completely different planet. Not like that. Right. Exactly. I think that's why we have all of these horrific things happening the way they are, because the balance is trying to return, and it is happening in the most chaotic and destructive ways, because that is what is necessary. That's why you have so many people leaving away from here. I'm talking about dying. Why? Because those souls are needed. Those souls are needed elsewhere. That's why you hearing so many people say, "Oh my God, he was such a good person. She was such a good person." Like my cousin Cynthia, my cousin Lisa, two of the purest souls on this earth, did not need to go the way they went in such a destructive and chaotic manner. But their souls were needed elsewhere to replenish, to rebirth. They are needed. As many good souls as possible are needed. And I know that sounds kind of harsh, y'all. I know that sounds kind of harsh, and I apologize. But some people have to die so that others can live. Because that needs to be replaced. It needs to be replenished. But it's all part of the cycle. It's all part of the restructuring. So the different kingdoms never merge. I don't know, Miss Tanya. I don't know. I'm only at a certain level in my spiritual awareness. I'm only at a certain level to where I've only been given knowledge of certain things. Now, Legba is very knowledgeable. So Legba can probably answer that question, because Legba is elevated to a different level, a different spiritual awareness. I don't even think I'm midway on my journey yet. I don't think. I may be, I don't know, but I still feel like there's so much more. And maybe those that have passed are meant to help those that end up going through the battle. Yes, Kendra. And sometimes too, it's not that their souls have to be recycled, so to speak, but I like my father, for instance. My father is more powerful on the side that he's on than he would ever be here. He can open more doors for me from where he is than being here. And sometimes that's why people are called back to that side. I like to say I've taken to saying across the street, because that's really how close they are. They're not far. But that's why some souls have been called across the street so that they can open doors for us, so that they can open roads for us, because they are more powerful in the spiritual than they will ever be here. And some of us have very specific tasks, very specific things that we need to do, very specific that we need their spiritual help. Yes, the spiritual world is very real. I mean, they have a world just like we have a world. We exist in this world, we move in this world. God damn. I wonder if that's my brother. I told y'all my brother work on the train. And he know when he pass in my neighborhood. I'm gonna have to reach out to him and find out if that's him doing that with that goddamn horn like that. They don't do it all the time, but I wonder. I don't think all deaths are of God. You know, some are not of the natural way of order. I don't know how to see. Yes, Miss Tanya, I would agree with you. I would agree with you because they have people that do things to make sure that certain people are taken out of here. Absolutely. It's not a natural order. It's not a natural thing. I absolutely agree with that too. But see, that's what it is. All of these things are true. All of these things exist. All of these things happen. All of these things occur. So nothing any of you are saying or thinking or believing is wrong because all of this stuff exists all at the same time. All within these different realms. There is more unknown in this world than there is known. Even the depths of the ocean, that contains a spiritual realm, spiritual energy, spiritual connections, even the depths of the ocean. It's everywhere. It's all around us. That's how these entities are able to move so easily in and out. We are able to move so easily in and out when we shed these physical bodies. That's what astral travel is. When we sleeping and we're drifting into the spiritual world, that's what we're doing. We're visiting all these different realms. We have battles to fight over there and we could still be alive. We just have duties we have to perform in the spiritual realm and we come back. I've been several times, quite a few times. I've had some battles in the spiritual world and I've woken up feeling like I was hit by an 18 wheeler. Wore me the fuck out. I'm sure some of you have experienced the same thing. But that's what it is. We all have a part to play. We all have a role to fulfill. And as you elevate higher on your spiritual journey, the more experiences you will have, the more the more encounters you will have with spiritual beings, because at that point you know certain points on your spiritual journey, you are able to see things, you're able to connect with things, you're able to just have this knowing sometimes. But that's what spiritual elevation is. It's like opening doors to to each new level. I am here to be of service. Everything I come with into this world is borrowed. It does not belong to me. I am just trying to do my best to do what I am supposed to do here. We don't always get it right. And a lot of times we get it very wrong, but that's okay. You learn, you grow. Just don't be one of those people that gets stagnant and refuses to do anything, because eventually you will get left right there. And then all your discernment, all your spiritual connection, all of that will disappear. So please continue to elevate. Please continue to connect. Please continue to do your spiritual diligence. And most of all, please be aware that there are devils all around us. And sometimes you are sharing a home with them, a bed, even a space. You're sharing DNA with them. Sometimes they are your own children. But you have to be aware. Again, you have to know. Don't be in denial. Don't be in denial. So, I guess with that being said, this is not how I intended this live to go at all, but I'm grateful. Spirit always speaks when they need to be heard. And I guess my frustration today was partially them and partially me. My soulmate transitioned to the afterlife for me. Oh, Lyra, you're not lying at all. We be knowing, we just refuse to see. Amen, Legba. We know, we just don't want to see. Deep thoughts with Fat Girl Freestyle all that. Yeah, absolutely. But for whatever reason, we needed this. You know, it wasn't just me. We needed this tonight. And I'm grateful for y'all. I'm always grateful for y'all for making a space for me to come and share what's on my soul. And y'all don't judge me. Y'all don't say I'm crazy. Y'all listen. Y'all receive. You give your feedback. And I wish I could tell y'all, yes, Legba, on time, in time. I wish I could express with words how much that grounds me. Because before I got on, I felt like a balloon just floating wildly in the air, being tossed around by the wind, not sure where I was going to land. And then y'all come here and y'all connect with me, and I am pulled back down to a safe place. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Those words are not big enough to express my gratitude. But thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. And I hope y'all feel that, and I hope y'all receive that. I hope y'all know and understand just how much you are needed in this world, just how important you are to the spiritual structure of this existence. You are important to that, because what we are doing here is building. What we are building, I'm not sure, but I know we are building something. I know every time we connect, we are building something. We are shifting something. Our collective energy is adding to something for the greater good. And that is why I call y'all my tribe, because that's what we are. We are a tribe. And I sincerely love each and every single one of you. When I say I love you, I mean it with sincerity. It's not just words. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Would you say leg by energy is enough? It says the most. You got this, warrior. I received that, loved one. I appreciate it. Thank you. So, with that being said, I haven't eaten at all today. Energetic bridges. I like that. Energetic bridges. Thank you, loved one. I like that. Energetic bridges. You know, the other day, yes, Kendra, thank you. That's what we're building, label. Yes, thank you, Kendra. The other day, thank you, Miss Tydra. I appreciate you for being here, my love. I appreciate all of y'all for being here. I hope y'all received what you needed to receive as well. Energetic bridges. That is what we're building. And may those bridges be strong. May they withstand every storm and everything sent to destroy them. May they withstand it and hold fast. But the other day, and lately I've been experiencing this very, very heavy sleep coming over me. And when I feel that way, I know it's because I have the dream. I know it's because I have to go into the spiritual realm. And there was I was with my mom, I was with Tristan. People were coming to whatever house we were at. I don't know. I was sitting on the sofa. I kept sending Tristan and my mama. My mama kept going to the door. I kept sending Tristan with her. At one point, a young white girl walked in and she was expressing something. She was excited about something. She was frustrated about something she was sharing. Something was happening. And I looked down at my leg and there was a fish hook in my leg, but it wasn't painful. It had pierced a very thin piece of skin. I wasn't bleeding or anything like that. It was a brand new fish hook, shiny silver, and it had like a gray coating on the longer part of the hook. And I just pulled it out. It was in my thigh. I just pulled it out. And I looked up the spiritual meaning of a hook. Um, and it does have connections in the spiritual realm, of course. But also, my dad, my grandfather, and my dad, they were fishermen. They grew up, you know, on my grandfather's boat, trawling, fishing, dredging for oysters, all that. So I took that as a sign from him. Thank you, Legba. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will, because one thing about it and two things for sure, my daddy did not play about my mama. So thank you, Legba, for telling me that. But I feel like that hook was him giving me some type of message. So hopefully sometime this year I want to go get that hook tattooed on my arm somewhere. But y'all want to hear a story about my daddy? my daddy was my daddy was the first black man in the state of Louisiana to be a shell dealer. Yes, my daddy, yes. And that's funny that Legba said that after I said that about the hook. So that's probably what he was trying to tell me. But my daddy was the first black shell dealer in the state of Louisiana. In fact, I think he was the first black shell dealer in the South, period. And this was back in the days when individuals could um like they could buy the Shell stations, like, and be like in direct connection with the larger Shell corporation, if that makes sense. I think they've changed the structure a little bit these days, but I'm not sure. But anyway, he had a full service station in Avondale, Louisiana on Jamie Boulevard and Highway 90. He had the tire shop. He had, yes, my daddy was an amazing man. He It was a tire shop, he had a tow truck, he had the mechanic shop, he had the gas pumps, he had the convenience store. It's full service. And I was very, very young when they had it. But my brother is 8 years older than me, so he knows all this stuff. Anyway, one day my dad had gone, I think, to tow somebody. And my dad is very soft in nature, but but when he got angry, he was a force to be reckoned with. Anyway, he had left my mom there at the station minding things, and this guy came there to get a tire. He didn't want to pay for the tire. He wanted to take the tire. And my mom was tough too. Both of my parents are Scorpios. My mom was tough too. So the man tries to take the tire, and my mom was holding on to the tire. So they're tussling over the tire back and forth, like he trying to pull the tire away from my mama, and my mama's holding on to it. So they tussling. Well, in the meantime, my daddy pulls up and see what's happening. So my daddy runs up, and my daddy old school. He had a revolver. So my daddy runs up, grabs the guy by the neck, and he puts that revolver not just in the dude's face, but in the dude's mouth. And he told him, he said, if I ever catch you around here again trying to do anything to my wife, it's gonna be it for you, partner. It's over with for you. Don't you dare, basically. So my daddy was tough when he needed to be. He wasn't no punk. So he definitely don't play about his wife, baby. So he for sure gonna handle that situation. I know. But yeah, he did not play, Kendra. He did not play. Mm-mm, not at all. And like I said, my dad was one of those people, he had his tow truck. And if he would see somebody, if he saw somebody stuck, and there have been many storms, people get stuck in the mud, get stuck in water. There have been many times my dad has gone out with his tow truck and told people out of ditches and out of situations and did not charge them a dime. And he never said a word about it. Never. My dad did a lot of kind acts throughout his life, and he never said anything about it. And I know because I witnessed quite a few of them, and that sticks with you. That's why I say kindness is quiet. It doesn't need an audience. But I was very blessed to have him as a father. And I'm blessed to have him advocating for me on the other side and guiding me. I know he gonna make sure I'm all right. I know he gonna make sure my mama's all right. The grandkids, everybody. He gonna look out for everybody. Thank y'all for letting me talk about my dad. I miss him a lot, but being able to talk about him helps with the grief. It helps with when I'm missing him, and it reminds me that he is just across the street. He is not far away at all. And I hope anyone who hears this who's grieving does not have a time Grieving does not have a time limit, but I want you to remind yourself before you get too lost in the midst of sadness. I want you to remind yourself how wonderful it was that we got to love these people and experience them while they were here on this earth. We got to know them. We got to spend time with them. We got to laugh with them. We got to make memories with them. That is the beautiful part of life. The cruel part is the fact that we have to lose them. But everybody is going to go through that. We are going to be the ones that somebody's grieving for one day. We're going to be the ones that they're missing and crying out to. That's the cruel part of life, though. But it doesn't make it any less beautiful. Because, like I said, we got to experience them. And how different would our lives be if they weren't in it? So I want y'all to hold on to that when you're sad and you're crying and you're grieving, and you just remind yourself that it was a blessing that you got to experience them while they were here. Yeah. So with that being said, y'all, I guess I'm gonna go get myself something to eat finally. This whole day just got away from me. I need to finish washing dishes and doing a couple of things anyway, but I want y'all to continuously remind yourself that you are needed in this world. And don't sell yourself short. And stop letting these quote unquote societal standards tell you that your ass is too flat. Your booty is fine just the way it is. Okay? Nope, not me crying like a baby. I think my dad visited me during my last PET scan because it went not 100% well. Always been okay through them. I remember you told me that, Kendra. You shared that. And I think that was just a gentle reminder that no matter what, everything's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. You are still here for a reason and a purpose. And I want y'all to know I love each and every one of y'all. You matter. You matter. Okay? I am I'm hungry, y'all. What do I have to eat? I know I have cereal. I have eggs. Um I could make some tuna. I don't have any bread. I'm gonna get something to eat. I'm going to eat something. I promise you I am. I'm going to eat something. I'm about to get in the kitchen right now. So thank you, Legba. Let him know I'm going to get something to eat. I'm good. I'm gonna be good. Don't whip up on me there. Yeah. I'm a I don't know. I might make some tuna. I think I'm gonna make some tuna. So yeah. Yes, indeed. Well, if you can hear me there, I need the lottery numbers. I need the lottery numbers. I need me several million because I got a few people I want to bless. I got a few people I want to bless. I don't need much. I don't need much. I got a few people I want to bless. I don't need much. Let me buy some land. Y'all know I watch a lot of these farm videos on social media, right? He is very feisty. I watch a lot of these farm videos, and let me tell y'all something. And this is another dangerous thing about social media. Social media will have you thinking that you could take care of some cows and some horses and some chickens. Yeah, that's dangerous. That is dangerous. Because if I win millions, there will be signs. There will be signs. Do you have tortillas, crackers? They go well with soon. I have some tortillas, Kendra, but you know what kind of tortillas I have? I have corn tortillas. And I don't normally like corn tortillas. So I'm not sure how the tuna is going to taste on the corn tortillas. 413 daily 3. All right, I'm about to make a note of that. Thank you, Legba. I'm about to make a note of that now. I'm making a note of it right now. 413. Thank you so much for that. I think I have avocados. I think I think my sister brought me some avocados. I have purple onions. Yeah, you play too, like bro. You play too. I think I have some avocados. I'm a go whip up something. I'm gonna go whip up something in that kitchen for sure, baby. For sure. For sure. All right, y'all. I love you. We've been on here 2 hours and 22 minutes and 22 seconds. Oh, cornbread. Go make you some cornbread. Kendra, make you some cornbread this weekend. A po' boy? What kind of po' boy? A po' boy could be in. I don't have no bread to make a po' boy, but you can make a po' boy out of anything. You could do scrambled eggs and potatoes, like cut potatoes into like French fries and fry them up. Slather some mayonnaise on some French bread with them eggs and potatoes. Man, she. You could even do it on sliced bread, toasted. Ooh wee! That's a good meal right there. That's a good meal. I don't have no shrimp to make to make a shrimp po' boy, but I'm gonna probably next time I go grocery shopping, I'm gonna get some. I prefer to get shrimp from the seafood market, fresh caught. And if I could get there, I'm gonna do that. Um, but that is how the original po' boy started. It was basically fried potatoes on French bread because the workers were too poor to afford anything else. But that's how the po' boy got started. Yeah, but that was one of our meals growing up. My mom used to scramble eggs, fry some potatoes, put it on bread, and there you go. What you hungry not like? I'm telling y'all, another one of our best meals: spaghetti and weenies. Spaghetti with the tomato sauce instead of ground beef. Use hot dogs, weenies, spaghetti and weenies, garlic bread, salad, and some butter corn, whether on the cob or loose. A delicious, cheap, easy meal. It was one of my daddy's favorites. Yeah, I'm telling you, you could get by on and make a good meal on some cheap ingredients for sure. Just got to know what you're doing, baby. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for bringing me back down to earth. I appreciate y'all. I needed the connection, the energetic bridge, like Lake Bossy. I'm a country girl, Kim, little bitty town of Willis, Texas, and I'm ready for my cows, my chickens, my goose, my whole. You ready for all that too, huh? Yes, Lake, but oodles and noodles looking like a gourmet meal. Fried taters, beans, and cornbread. Yes. Eggs and rice. Yep, Joanne. Willis, Texas, Miss Tydra. Well, listen, when I get my farmland, Miss Tydra, you're gonna have to teach me how to take care of these cows and these chickens. I don't know about no goats. Definitely not no hogs. I don't want no hogs. I don't think I could do the hogs. Even though they would be good to have around just in case you gotta dispose of some troublesome folks. I'm gonna keep that to myself though. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna have to come. You're gonna have to come teach me how to do with these cows and stuff, cause baby, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. Middle of nowhere, me and my animals, leave me alone. Yeah, Kendra, it's good to keep a few of them around. For those of us that have been putting in the work, our time is coming. We may feel pressed, shaken, tossed, but we're not stirred. We're still standing. I see. All right, a wild woman. Thank you for coming through with that beautiful message, my baby. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Still standing. I see. I see. I see. Y'all make sure to go and listen to. Well, that's what I wanted to say. The newest episode of Paranorline. Make sure y'all go check it out on Spotify. The latest episode is Meet the Devil. I have a couple of more episodes that I have to do. Have a couple more episodes that I have to do. Hold on. There we go. Forgive me for being frustrated earlier, y'all. Forgive me for being frustrated earlier. It's just certain things needed to be said. I love you too, Lara. Thank y'all for hanging with me tonight. I hope y'all continue into a blessed and peaceful evening, a blessed and peaceful Sunday, and a blessed and peaceful and prosperous week. Please remember that you matter in this world. You are important. Your kindness, your love, your heart, your soul, is contributing greatly to the elevation of this world, of this existence, and to others. Speak your mind. Stop trying to be polite. Stop trying to be kind. Stop worried about what people are going to think, say, or feel. Speak your mind. You are talking to adults, not children. No is also a complete sentence. Do not ever feel pressured to do anything that you are not interested in doing. Okay? I love y'all very, very much. I am grateful for your support. And I will see y'all again very soon. Good night. I love you. I'm going to eat right now. I'm going to fix me something right now, y'all. I love y'all. Good night.